Hi, it's Phoenician Sailor here. I hope that you are all feeling well and doing well and happy and enjoying whatever is going on in your life at the moment. And if not, we can pray for change. You pray for whatever you want. It's not really going to make much difference, but a positive mental attitude. The reason that I'm here talking to you today is because I want to update you on some things that are going on with the channel, some sort of imminent changes, and then some sort of more far-reaching changes down the road, and just give you a sort of life update as well, because there are some pretty big changes going on for me personally. Not that you're necessarily interested in any of that stuff, but you might be interested in how it's going to affect the videos that I make, or the cadence of output, that kind of thing. So next week, I am moving to Washington, D.C. I've never lived actually inside Washington, D.C. before. I've lived in Baltimore and suburbs of Baltimore before that are very, very close to D.C. But this will be the first time that I'm actually living like 2 miles from the capital, maybe less than that. Now I'm doing that, making that move for a lot of reasons, one of which is right now, in case there's anyone who didn't know this, I'm in Miami. But I have my children are up there in Baltimore. So it's been very difficult to sort of, maintain close contact with them with that difference. And it's been something that I've been wanting to change for a while. And I'd been planning on changing, although not quite as quickly as it's happening right now, which is it's happening quicker than I had anticipated, quicker than the plan was, which was originally the plan was by the end of the year I would be up there, either in D.C. or in Baltimore, somewhere around there. But it's happening much quicker. So I'm moving there. I'm moving with my partner, who is a public defender in Washington, D.C. So, and that's obviously another reason. And of course, the third reason, there's actually many more than 3 reasons, but the reasons I'm going to list here, the third reason is I want to be closer to the action when it comes to political activism, or just activism in general, and you can't get much closer than being, spitting distanced from the White House, if you're a really good spitter. Which I'm not, but I'm going to work on it. So what does this mean for my channel? What does this mean for content going forward? Well, it does mean that I'm going to have that scenery come back. If you're familiar with any of my earlier videos, more than a year or so old, when I was back living up there, a lot of times I would show scenery, and it would be that kind of scenery. I'm not as into the beach, palm tree kind of scenery. To me, it's pretty samey. You've seen one, you've seen it all. I enjoy the beach when I go to it, but I prefer there to be a third dimension to the landscape, and trees that are taller than, say, 20 feet, right? Every tree taller than 20 or 30 feet in Miami has been knocked down by the constant barrage of cyclones and hurricanes that come through the area. And I enjoy the sort of more diverse flora that is a hallmark of going a little further north. And you get more of a sort of diversity within a short distance, because you can kind of go, you're in the foothills of the mountains, you can go up to the mountains. Things change quickly with elevation, obviously. And you can also go down to the coast. And while the coast in Baltimore and D.C. and Virginia is not as beautiful as, say, either coast of Florida. It is still quite beautiful, even if you can't swim in the water quite as often because of the temperature. I can't. I don't. Water's got to be nice and warm for me to go in. So what does this mean for the channel? It means that you're going to get more of that kind of backdrop. It will mean that I can actually start. It doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to start resuming shooting the rest of the Pioneers Lash series immediately, but it does mean that at least I can do it. In Miami, I couldn't finish it. It requires there to be outdoor scenes with that kind of look to them. And I didn't want to fake it. I didn't want to just push forward with it without that part of it, because that was always part of the plan. So that kind of thing can resume. I'm going to be closer to, obviously, those of you who know Ephemeral Rift lives in or near Philadelphia, which is about an hour and a half's drive from where I'm going to be. Actually, if I'm in D.C., it might be 2 hours, but close. I'd love to work with him in person again. We'd done a podcast that was done remotely via Skype, and we just each filmed our own footage, and then he spliced it together. But I'd like to do more stuff with him as well. Let's see what else. It also means that I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this yet, but I'm going to have some more politically themed videos either on this channel or a new channel. If they're on this channel, they will be tagged as political. If they're not, then I'm not going to I'll probably tag them as political no matter what channel they're on, but we'll see where that goes. We'll see how much of it I end up doing and what it requires. At the very least, I'm certainly going to do some sort of walk and talk / vlogs kind of stuff in DC. And that will probably start to slant political because you can't escape it. It's everywhere. So that's going to happen. I've already shot a few videos prior to me leaving that I'm going to release. I'm going to publish and schedule their release using YouTube's publish feature so that stuff can go out while I'm in the process of transitioning. Not transitioning now, I'm transitioning to DC. I don't know what the situation is going to be as far as filming ASMR videos in the place that I'm moving to. It may not be very feasible. If it's not, I'm going to find a way to do it. If it means I have to rent out a space, that's what I'm going to do because I want to keep doing this. And I really need, like the videos that I like to do really generally require more than just set up the camera, set up the mics, shoot it, break it down. Like I usually have stuff set up for a while. I'm experimenting with stuff for a little while. So I need a place where things can be set up with some degree of permanence. So I don't know what that situation is going to be yet. I won't know for a little while. That's why I sort of pre-shot some videos that I can release. Now the videos that I've pre-shot that I'm going to release, they aren't as they're more like the concentrated binaural videos that I've done. I've been wanting to do more audio-focused videos. I've said this before anyway, and that's more what these are going to be. The more visually elaborate videos are probably not going to be happening for at least a month, maybe 2. Now, I typically only release one of those a month, so you may not even notice the change in the cadence there, but I will be releasing videos. They just won't be crazy role plays that require a lot of sort of visual work and a lot of like set dressing kind of stuff. But I love doing that stuff, so I'm going to get back to it one way or the other. It just may take a little bit of time. So yeah, that's what's happening on my end. I still have the Patreon account. If anybody wants to support me there, I would love it. That's obviously you just go to Patreon, Phoenician Sailor, and contribute whatever you want, whatever you can. It's I'm in this either way. I'm not gonna change what I do based on anything that comes out of Patreon. But it's been doing well, and I'm happy with it, and it's certainly been helping. One of the things that it has helped me do, I don't have it yet, but have the Panasonic GH5 on order. That's probably still not going to be my A-cam. My A-cam will probably remain this camera, which is the Canon C100, for dynamic range reasons. Even the GH5 doesn't quite match the dynamic range of the C100, even in vlog mode. Or maybe it will. From what I've heard, it might not. I'm certainly going to test it out and see, but dynamic range is really important to me for shooting videos. And the C100 has been like a workhorse. I love it. But the GH5 will be a great camera to take to a lot of different places for a more portable setup and to be able to do ASMR videos in other places. The C100 is a little bit bulky, and I tend to avoid taking it places, in part because the body itself is pretty cumbersome. It definitely requires a sort of full-size tripod. The lenses are pretty big. It's a Super 35 millimeter camera, but it requires EF lenses or APS-C lenses, which are pretty bulky. At least the ones that I like and have are. So we're going to see what that changes, especially with the GH5 has excellent, apparently top of class image stabilization. So being able to walk around with a GH5 without a gimbal and it appearing almost as if it is on a gimbal will be great, because I can just use that camera without a giant setup with me to vlog, and hopefully it will enable me to record more videos. And it is because of my patrons that I'm able to get that camera. This is not the video thanking them. I have a separate video doing that that only they're going to see. So not that it's not like I don't expect people to go, I want to see that video where he thanks his patrons, so I'll become a patron. It's not. It's just a video that just is thanking them, because it's because of them that is possible. What else is going on? Luckily, the weather is changing right at this time, and there was a fair amount of snow up there 2 weeks ago. And I was actually up there a couple of weeks ago. I just missed the snow literally by a day or two. And if any of you guys know me, you know I'm not a fan of snow. I'm not even a fan of snow when it comes to shooting. Like, it's just blown out highlights and everything looks the same. I'm over snow as a thing to play in, or a thing to look at, or a thing to have to deal with in any way. So I'm glad I missed this past winter, although it was very mild. And I'm already sort of not looking forward to next winter. But we'll see. I will continue to give updates as I can, as I know what's going on. I expect to be putting out these videos every couple of weeks, these ones that are sort of backlogged. Some of them are a little bit different. I'm trying some different things, but it does not mean that I am in any way giving up sort of the more in-depth role-play kind of stuff, or costume kind of story-based stuff. I'm not doing that. I'm not giving that up. I'm going to keep doing it. It's just going to, there might be a brief, let's call it a caesura, right? A brief interruption, and then I will get back on it as soon as I possibly can. So, thank you all very much. And if you are seeing this and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And follow me on Facebook, Twitter. Get all kinds of updates there that you won't necessarily get through this channel, because I don't like putting a lot of videos on this channel that are short. I prefer to keep the videos on this channel to be the kind of longer form videos, regardless of if they're straight ASMR or role play or whatever. I don't like to put a lot of stuff to sift through in this channel if you're looking for a particular type of video. So follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and I will talk to you all soon. I'll see you all soon. You'll notice the next few videos that I put out, probably I look about the same as I do now, same backdrop, same place, and then you will notice a large change once those videos run out. Okay, take care everybody, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.